Elsewhere, the assault trial for a Hollywood star is getting underway today right here in New York City. Jonathan Majors is accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend. He's denied all the charges. Let's bring in NewsNation's Laura Ingle here in New York, who's on the story. And a lot of people know Jonathan Majors. They're wondering what impact this all might have on his career. Laura?
Hey, Connell. Well, it could have a really big one. And you're right. Jonathan Majors is very well known. He's been on this upward trajectory in Hollywood, both with these major motion picture deals, either in production or that are in development, movies that were about to come out. But all the trades now say that all of that is on hold as his court case finally gets underway. And after months of delays, the criminal trial of actor Jonathan Majors began with opening statements just a couple of hours ago with two very different accounts of what took place in the back of an SUV between him and his now ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, March 25th of this year. Now, the arrest of Jonathan Majors essentially froze his rising star in the film industry, where he was set to anchor several Marvel movies and was about to be promoted for his work in the film Magazine Dreams, which is also now in limbo. Majors was charged with multiple counts of assault and harassment for allegedly assaulting his ex, Grace Jabari, as they were heading to his New York City apartment after going out to dinner. And according to prosecutors, Jabari saw a text message from another woman come across his cell phone that read, "I wish I was kissing you right now." That was talked about in court today. Prosecutors say when Majors tried to grab the phone back from her, he allegedly pried her finger back really hard. He twisted her arm behind her back and hit her in the face, causing injuries specifically behind one of her ears. The altercation then spilled out on the street when Majors jumped out of the vehicle and she tried to catch up to him. There were witnesses to that. Majors' defense attorneys have maintained that it was Jabari who was the aggressor in this confrontation. Majors even filed a complaint against his ex, who was then arrested and charged with misdemeanor and assault with criminal mischief. But those charges have been dropped, and the Manhattan DA declined to pursue the case. It is a pretty unusual situation for a misdemeanor assault charge to go to trial like we're seeing here. We usually see a majority of defendants plead guilty to avoid risking the sentence and going through it can be really ugly testimony. But, you know, Majors says he's innocent. Not only does he want to prove it here in court, but he also wants to prove it in the court of public opinion. He wants his reputation back and wants to get back to the business of movie making. But right now, he's in a courtroom going through this process right now. Connell?
Now, you mentioned, Laura, that this happened in the back of an SUV. So what about the person who was driving the SUV? The driver, do we expect to see the driver in court as part of this?
You know, a couple of things were brought up in opening statements, and you're right. There was this witness, and this is going to be pretty much the only witness to the actual event that happened in the car, the driver. And we've heard that that driver will be testifying in this case. He's going to be the most important. He or she will be the most important person that we'll probably hear from. But it will also be interesting to note, Connell, that some of the body-worn police footage coming from one of the officers who responded is that tape is supposed to be played. They argued over it this morning. It's going to be played, but jurors will not be able to hear it. They're going to turn the audio off for a variety of reasons they discussed in court. But the video will be shown, and this driver will testify. We're expecting this to last for a couple of weeks. We went out for break at about 2:15 Eastern, and they still are not, the court is still going on, but nobody is testifying yet. So there's something going on behind the scenes. We'll let you know what happens as we move along this afternoon.
Interesting.
Connell?
It's high profile, and it may be just a misdemeanor, but while Laura explained that, you know, this is a big deal certainly for Jonathan Majors' career, if nothing else.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.